I can turn it to comments.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi, Liza. Hi, Cheryl.
I'm just getting my technical stuff going here. Talk amongst yourselves. How's everybody tonight?
Hi, Star.
Hi, Star.
Oh, is Star
Yeah.
Here.
I haven't seen Star for a little bit. She's probably been spending time with her family.
Well, that's nice. I've got to fix my screen here. Whoops. What am I doing? Oh, my gosh, you guys.
Look at that desktop.
Hi, Janine.
Please don't look at my desktop.
Oh, my gosh. Your desktop is very organized.
When I open anything. Oh, there we go. Oh, my gosh. Now you can't see me. Oh, man. I had this all down pat, you guys. I practiced and everything.
I know. That's what happens to me. I get everything, like I know exactly how it's going to be, and it all comes tumbling, swirling around. It buries me.
Oh, next week it'll be your turn, Ginger.
Yay.
So you guys are going to have to read the comments to me because...
Okay.
Oh, shoot. I keep doing that. I'm trying to get rid of the ribbon up here.
Well, right now, everybody's saying hello. David says, I'm here. Let the party begin.
Hit F11 and see if that helps. There you go.
I figured it out.
Okay.
Ay. Tell you guys.
Is a thing, but I'm here now. That's right.
Now I can look at my comments on my phone. There we go.
Oh, Cheryl. Cheryl asks, what is Crojo? It's your crochet mojo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes it goes hiding.
Yeah.
You just don't feel like crocheting.
You look at your hooks and you're like, No.
Or I'm just not feeling it.
Or sometimes you're sitting in the middle of it and then it all falls over on you and you are piled on by yarn and yarn and yarn.
I don't know anybody that happens to regularly, Ginger. What could you be talking about? Oh my goodness. So you guys, if I tend to look over to the side, it's because I have two monitors, and this is the one with the Google Slides, and this is the one where I can see Ginger and Mel. So I keep looking back and forth. That's why.
Oh, cats.
Let's see. Hi, Julie Woolly Knits and Nightingale Crochet and Deneen working on pocket shawl number 45.
Wow, 45.
That is amazing.
Can you
Lee Sal.
You can also pick up the iPad. It just fell.
Hello.
And Vanessa's here too.
Hi,
Nightingale.
Vanessa.
So what's everybody working on besides their 45th shawl? Oh my word.
Right? That's amazing, Deneen. Wow. That would have driven me a little bit too crazy to do that many. It looks like it's driving you crazy too with the UGG.
Yeah.
Deneen, do you
I'm working on scarves and headbands. What are you working on, Mel?
I am working on, and I was going to ask Deneen real quick. Are you doing these for gifts? Or have you been commissioned to do all these or some of them? Anyway, I'm working on my squares for my baby blanket.
Oh yeah,
the white row. So here,
that's going to be so pretty. And how many squares do you have to make for that?
I wrote that down and I don't know where the paper is that I wrote that down. Yeah, it's somewhere. I have it somewhere, just not easily accessible.
It's okay. Do you have far to go?
I got half of all the squares. These are all the squares. And so you can see how much I have the white borders on. That's all I'm doing is just putting the white borders on, and then I got to put them together.
Yeah.
So about halfway through, I think, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
And that's what the picture is that I posted on it, that we posted on Instagram.
Yeah. Wow. I used to like to do granny square stuff, but then I got tired of having to put them together.
Same here.
That made you lose your Crojo, so you had to find another way.
It did. I lost my Crojo for doing the granny squares, but then I discovered the granny ripple and the granny stripes. And went with that. And the granny hexagon.
Right? And the big granny square blanket. Just one big granny square.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, you could do the granny rectangle too. I was going to say, otherwise it's just a square. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ginger's working on 1,800 things, so we can't ask her what she's working on because it would be a very long show.
I can show you over here.
I have to look over at that screen to see what Ginger's showing us.
Yeah, it's just nonsense. It's just piles of stuff.
Piles and piles.
The last, a whip and then just finishing it. Finishing it.
You know what would be interesting to find out is how many miles of yarn Ginger has in her yarn room.
Oh my gosh. That would be funny. Yeah.
How many times around the world would Ginger's yarn go?
These are all the things I've used in the last 3 days.
Wow, Ginger. So are you a label saver? I don't think I could do that.
Well, I'm saving them this year because me and Kim, Affordably Crafty, are seeing how much yarn we use this year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Ooh. Do you guys want to save yours and see how much you're doing?
I might have to do that. So Julie Woolly Knits says that we're too small. So maybe we should just get started with our slideshow so that we can get big again.
Yeah, because at the end of the slideshow, then we'll get big again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Alice.
Like Alice.
That's right. We just
wait. We have to say, drink me.
Eat me.
There we go. Usually if you drink things and eat things, you do get bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on what you eat and drink, right? So do you guys want to start the slideshow?
Sure.
I think Ginger explained once what your Crojo is, but maybe you want to do it again? For our people just coming in who maybe don't know what the Crojo is.
Crojo is your crochet mojo.
Yep.
It's your will to crochet. It's your all into the crochet motivation.
Right. I like that little ding.
What was that ding?
I don't know.
That was a text message from my boss.
Oh, I thought it was like Ginger spoke.
I thought it was too. I was like, oh, maybe that sound came out of my head.
So something that kind of goes along with loss of Crojo is holiday fatigue. We thought these two kind of topics worked well together because sometimes you lose your Crojo because of holiday fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just went through a frenzy of creating a ton of projects, wrapping things up and getting them out as gifts, which some of them were well taken and loved, and some of them were like, oh, thanks.
Yes, don't you hate that when they're not appreciative of all of the hours that went into it?
Yeah, and that in and of itself can make you lose your Crojo. It can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that you can do to help get it back.
Yeah.
Or to help with the fatigue, not get it back, to help with the fatigue. The first things first, and not everybody hates to hear this, but exercise. I hate to hear this, but exercise a daily exercise routine helps you get your brain in the right space. And then also gets the endorphins going. So it could put you in a better mood and just helps even out your energy all day long.
Yeah.
There's so many benefits to exercise. I need to do it lots and lots more.
And it doesn't have to be like heavy weightlifting or an hour of aerobics or anything like that. It can be just something simple like a 10-minute yoga workout every morning. That's what I've been doing. because time is always a factor for me.
Mhm.
But I've been really, really enjoying yoga with Cassandra every morning. Just it helps me get my mind in the right space and stretch out my body a little bit and work on balance, which is really important. So
turn on that radio and boogie to your heart's content.
I love
my younger sister. That is her exercise of choice every time.
I love it.
Sorry, my phone's ringing, guys. I'm not in my typical space. I'm usually in a separate room and I can't go in there. So
that's okay. I've got my phone pinging.
Okay, so Mel, I'm going to let you talk about architect.
Mm-hmm. So this is
poor Mel. As soon as I said that, you were drinking. I apologize.
No, that's okay. So architect for your day is so there's a video that I was watching and she mentioned this. So it's by Marie Forleo, and this link will go to that, but it's by Marie Forleo, and it's how to get more done in less time without burning out. Now the video is about it's about business owners and stuff like that, and how to keep from burning out as a business owner. But honestly, for crochet, a lot of this stuff applies to it. So when we talk about architecture day, so when you build a house, you don't start by going out and slapping up that house. So why would you start your day by just slapping it together? If you take a look at everything that you have to do, build your day so that you can do the most for you. Some people work best in the afternoon. So when you go out to build your day, it's not just a straight up plan your day. Everybody knows about planning. When you go, if you know, hey, I get the most done in this chunk of time. So you want to build your day around that chunk of time because you know that that's whenever you're the most impactful in your day.
For me, it's like 6:30 in the morning. That's not the same for Mel.
No. For me, I do my best between about 3 p.m. to about 10 p.m. So, so everybody's different. And whenever you're looking at your crochet and doing crochet, think about, okay, when's the best time? When can I be most impactful when doing crochet? So that can help with the fatigue and continue on throughout your day. So that's what architect your day means. But check out that video, that particular link. It's a really, really good video. I really, really enjoyed it. And she had a lot of little nuggets that were just amazing.
That's really,
I've got to check that out.
Helpful. Yeah.
It is. It's great. And then the next thing to help you with that fatigue is, instead of focusing on everything that you have to get done, because we are all guilty of that. We have this like to-do list of projects we want to get done. And we're looking at that and we're like, okay, I got to do that. And stop focusing on that and start focusing on the craft that you fell in love with. Crochet, knitting, whatever, yarn, anything that you love, whatever you're doing, focus on that instead of focusing on what you have to get done. And if that means that you want to go out there and start a project that's just very, very simple, start just half double crochet in lines, and you end up with a little lapgan because you just want to do the craft that you love without thinking about it, then do it. But don't make that another project that you have to get done.
Right.
Just remember that. It's just something.
Do it for the joy of it.
Yes, exactly. It's not something you have to get done. You're just working on it so that you can get that love back.
Yeah.
And then
love this one.
Finally, and this actually came out of, it's worded a little bit different, but this came out of that video as well. This is one of the little gems I picked up. Know that you are the most important part of your day. So you got to take care of you. So your day isn't going to happen without you. You are the most important part of that day.
Yeah. Yep. You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. Like on the airplane, you always put your oxygen mask on first. And the plane's going down.
I, as parents, and not all of us are parents, but a lot of us are very used to taking care of others, whether it be their children, their own parents, we're very used to taking care of others. So you got to remember, you are the most important part of that equation.
Yeah.
Yeah, which can play into all sorts of things like, well, I feel guilty if I do that. I feel like I'm being a bad mom if I do that because I'm not paying all my attention to my kids, which when you have a whole bunch of kids, it's like it's very hard to find time for yourself when you have so many people.
Yeah. Can I just stop for a minute and say, how pretty is that?
That's so pretty. Right? I love
Let's all just take a minute and look at the yarn porn. Just a moment.
I could find yarn that like is that color. Those colors.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's probably hand dyed or something there because that's all gorgeous.
I want that.
Is. Me too.
I want it right
now. Where has my Crojo gone?
Where
can it be?
Piled under the yarn.
So why do we lose our Crojo? I think that we kind of already talked about it, but all work and no play. So when all you're worrying about is getting your projects done, and maybe you sell stuff on Etsy or at craft fairs, it becomes just like work and there's no joy in it anymore. So I think that's the reason why some people lose their Crojo. And I was joking with Mel and Ginger before we went live that's the reason why I don't have an Etsy store and why I don't sell any crocheted items, because it would just turn it into work for me and I wouldn't have fun with it anymore.
Yeah.
So, do you guys sell? I think you guys sell projects, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I actually used to sell more often, and I would allow people to request custom projects, and it was too much. I was working full time and then getting requests for projects, and then I have to go out and find the yarn to match the request, and it just I will never do that again. There's some people who are amazing at that. I am not one of those people.
To me, it would just take the joy out of it. But
well, see, one of the things that I've done that I've started doing this year is I've actually got my Etsy store up and running again, because the thing that I love about crocheting and yarn is just the crocheting and yarn. I just sit and I crochet all day. But that is not very practical because it just turns into big piles of yarn that I have everywhere and like bins of finished objects that aren't going to anybody, because you can only put away so much stuff before everybody's like, Mom, we literally, you've given us 20 blankets a piece. We don't need
and you've got to have something to do with it. And I understand that too. So I mean, if you've got the things already made and you want to sell them, I think that's great. I just don't have that kind of inventory yet, and I didn't want to work on building one, because what if it didn't sell, So
Ginger, you get a lot of inventory and a lot of stuff that you create from you do a lot of testing of patterns, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of pattern tests that are hanging out.
So I think that's awesome that you're going to sell, because I think that if you were making it specifically to order, I think it would be harder.
I wouldn't like it then.
Yeah, there would be pressure on you then. So another reason why we might lose our Crojo is because we might be comparing our work to others. I know I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I'm going on Pinterest and I'm looking at other people's work, and then I look at mine and I'm like, why am I even bothering? So we don't want to compare our work to others. Just compare your work to your work and keep growing. Feeling that you've taken on more than you can handle. I think that kind of goes along with the holiday fatigue. That you've overextended yourself with gift giving ideas, and maybe you do have a shop or craft fairs you sell to. And this one, I think that this is like a number one problem is that we have the disease to please. We don't want to say no to people who say, oh, I saw this blanket. Can you make it for me? I heard you crochet. And we want to please other people, but you got to take care of yourself too. And sometimes have to say no.
Well, and another huge thing is saying no to myself, because I will think I can do everything. It's like, you get me in the yarn store or you get me just wherever, and I'm like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. Whether I'm saying it to somebody else or whether I'm just saying it in my head, I've got to say no to myself for starting new projects.
Yeah. Guys, I apologize if there's a lot of background noise. I'm in the middle of the house, so I apologize. Sorry.
I hear you.
Usually I'm in one little corner, in the literal corner of the house, in the corner of the room, in the corner of the house with the door closed, so you don't hear all this. Okay, so how do we get our Crojo back? It's like Austin Powers when he's trying to get his mojo back, and Dr. Evil has his mojo. Not sure if there's any Dr. Evil and Austin Powers fans out there. Maybe I'm the only one.
I know I like Austin Powers, so I like it.
Yeah,
me too.
And all that color in the background works with the Austin Powers.
It definitely does. I love Austin. So how to get it back? So I thought this was a good idea to set smaller goals for yourself. Maybe you don't want to start a huge project if you don't really feel like doing anything, but maybe just set a small goal for yourself. And that's one of the reasons why I thought that a temperature blanket might be an idea, because it's only one row a day.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I've been given a note. Hold on one second. I'm just going to click on to the next if you guys want to chat about it.
So refresh yourself, step back and get a renewed perspective on your passion. So that could be maybe taking a look, go to Pinterest, get inspired by other people. Go to YouTube, see what other people are putting out there. Just find inspiration through others.
Go to Instagram.
Go to Instagram. Or even go to the yarn store and just look. Just look at all of the yarn, and you never know where your inspiration is gonna appear.
I was gonna say touch all the yarns, but you don't want to do that right now. Look at the yarns.
Just look at the yarns and look at patterns, and
you can
also chatting with other people in different Facebook groups and stuff like that, just to see what everybody else is doing. Just look for inspiration.
Try another, if you have to, try another craft for a little bit, because we're all crafty folk. So try another, try another yarn related craft, and that can help you get refocused on what you loved about crochet. I tried once. And then I fell back in love with crochet real quick because I couldn't figure that out.
What was it, Mel? I didn't hear what you said.
I said I tried knitting once.
Oh.
Right back in love with crochet because I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah. And I like to knit, but I tried weaving once just because it looked so interesting to me. And I still like weaving, but I think I did that for like 6 months to a year. And then, I came back to crochet. But I still love to weave. So. All right, so this is Ginger's page, and Ginger's was kind of thrown together last minute. So I'll let Ginger talk about her page. I love that picture of you, Ginger.
Oh,
sitting there in your big old yarn pile.
That's me sitting in the very chair I'm sitting now.
I'm so
surrounded by my big piles of yarn whips. And okay, this is what this is why I lose my Crojo, or why I feel like I've lost my Crojo sometimes. And this is I posted this on Instagram today. I could not figure out how to do a slide. I'm slide illiterate, but
you'll know this time next week, I promise.
This time next week, I'm going to know how to do it because it's going to be on my channel. I'm going to get it figured out. But
Oh, yeah.
I was looking through a whole bunch of, I Googled what happens when you lose motivation to do the things you love. And as everybody knows, I love yarn. I love crocheting. I love knitting, but I love crocheting more. And I read this article. I pulled up 5, and this is the one that I felt the most, that I identified with the most. Now, the number one reason for losing my Crojo is that I don't know what I want, and what that means that, okay, I've got all this yarn, I've got all these projects. What am I doing? Why is this big mess happening? And I mean, because really, it's the number one thing in my life. I mean, besides my kids, my family, you know, those are the important things. But you know, yarn. So what am I doing? So you've got to have defined goals. You know, you've got to have a picture in your head of what you want. And so I lose sight of that sometimes, and I don't, I just lose it. And so I have to regroup. And I think that's where getting organized this year is helping, because so far this week, I've gotten my planner that I stopped working in last year, and I've written some things down. You know, what do I want? I want to get my YouTube channel, which involves crocheting, to make a decent income each month.
Willie wants to talk with you, Ginger.
Willie! Oh, it's funny because my Willie has been texting me, telling me, Mom, come pick me up from driver's ed. If you don't know, I dropped him off at driver's ed this morning while I was on live with Kim. Or actually, he drove himself. I was in the passenger seat.
Yes.
So the guy who did this article that I was looking up's name is Dean Bokhari, and we can put a link in the description of the table of contents and all that kind of stuff for anybody who wants to read along with me right now. I have it posted on my Instagram, but the answer that he gives for the first one here is, you don't know what you want, is identify goals, which basically I just said, you know, identify some good goals. And another thing I'll let you know is that the answers are in a list form, which I would have put on the slides if I would know how to do them, but I'll do another Instagram post and put the answers on there too, just so I'm not leaving everybody hanging. But anyway, write down your goals, basically, is it. Number 2, you're not in control of your physiology. And I think it goes along with what we're saying about exercising. You know, you've got to feel right to be motivated to do the things you love. Otherwise, you can get feeling depressed. I know that if I sit here too long, even if I'm crocheting, my legs will start to hurt, my back will start to hurt. You know, and that thing that I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I'll be looking down for so long. Sometimes I just have to stop and look up. And look up at the sky, look up at the ceiling, look up and see things going on around. You know, it's just a simple act of getting yourself moving, getting yourself jarred into doing something different. And it makes you feel better, gets those endorphins going. My thing is I really need to go out and take walks, just because that helps, that keeps everything moving in the right direction.
I imagine that clears your head a little bit too, because you've got so much going on in your life.
Definitely helps to clear your head.
It's the cobwebs out a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so the main thing is you do those things and your mind will follow your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at least that's how it is for me.
Yeah.
Number 3, you've made lack of motivation part of your identity.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I do that.
Sad. That makes me sad.
Well, and part of it is, it may not be called lack of motivation, but mine is I have so many whips and I just never get them done. It's that got to change the cognitive, the way you're thinking about that. Okay, so maybe I don't think of it like, oh, what am I going to ever do about all these whips? And and
or maybe you're not the person who doesn't finish whips. You don't want to. Yeah, you have to change that part of your identity. Yeah,
right, and make it part of your plan. Okay, I'm getting this whip done today. I'm getting this whip done today, and become the person that gets the whips done.
Do you think you have more than 52 whips, Ginge?
I've got more than 100.
Oh, well, if you could finish 2 a week, you'd get done in a year.
I would.
Maybe, maybe that could be a goal. Or even if you just got 1 done a week, at least you'd be halfway.
If I got 1 done a month, that'd be.
The hard part is that I think so many of us, we get distracted by that new thing and we want to try that so much we get inspired by that, and then the whips just pile up.
Yeah.
The new shiny bauble.
Huh?
The new shiny bauble syndrome.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's a good way to put it, Mel.
Have you seen that new Moroccan Nights yarn?
The what?
The new Lion Brand Moroccan Nights.
Oh, Moroccan Nights? Yes. That. Yes.
I want that shiny bauble.
Right?
I haven't seen that yet. Now you've got me intrigued.
Oh, what?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It is.
Okay.
That's not in there 5 for 10.
Oh, I want them to be. Oh, could you imagine if they were 5 for 10 right now? Oh my God.
Oh, to our viewers, Ginger and Mel are both on the Lion Brand email list, and I am not. So I hear them going yarn geeky all about the Lion Brand yarn with Swell.
And a lot of times when I don't get the emails, because I'm really bad about checking my emails,
you'll get it from Kim.
Oh yeah, I'll get a text from Kim. Oh, with a picture of the ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim's awesome about that.
Okay.
Anyway, we distracted you enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell us about number 4, because I'm not sure what that means.
Okay, we're not assuming high enough. You're not aiming your goals high enough. You're not a lack of exciting goals can kind of put a damper on things too.
Okay.
Like just saying, okay, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. I have to get this done. That can be demotivating. You've got to have goals that excite you. You've got to have goals that aren't just practical and getting things done, but things that make you say, oh my gosh, I want to take that next step.
Yeah.
So like I want to get 1 whip a day done so that I can get all these whips done.
Yeah.
So I have these bins clear so I can make more whips.
So I can go get more yarn.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So and what he says here, it's kind of cool, and I'll write this up in a post, is when you've got puny, uninspiring goals, we tend to feel lethargic and unmotivated to achieve them.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So push yourself to your outermost limits of those things you love.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So aim high.
Right. Aim high. And not, well, I'll get to a next one. Okay, number 5 is you're overwhelmed. That's where I spend a majority of my time.
Oh,
Is being overwhelmed. But the thing is, it's that it's not overwhelmed by things that have to be done. you can be overwhelmed by all the things you love. You know, like I've got so much yarn. I've got so many kids. I've got so much stuff to do that I love to do, but it's still overwhelming. And what you've got to do is, like Mel was saying before, bite off one piece at a time.
Yeah.
You know, take one small step at a time. Do the one whip, or like I've been cleaning up my yarn room too, and it's just a matter of, okay, maybe it's not going to get all organized in one day, but maybe I can clean out one bag of yarn, and I'm going to really enjoy cleaning out this bag of yarn because I love my yarn.
Yeah.
You know, and you can put this into context of whatever, but I mean, I think all of us love yarn.
You think? That's why we're here, right?
That's what. That's right. And let's see. Yeah, just
Ginger, I have to say, I really like number 6.
your prune.
I love it.
I am prone to procrastination.
I'm prune to Maybe if it was pruned, it would go a little better.
Maybe, right? Right.
I like that. Okay, I'm a procrastinator.
Are you? See, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm the opposite. I'm like, I want to get it done right now, even if it's midnight.
yeah.
I can be if it's something that I do not enjoy, but not when it comes to crochet stuff, but stuff that I don't enjoy.
Right.
I will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Same here. And that's what I procrastinate on, all of the, like the computer work part of it, the getting an Etsy shop, which, you know, I think that's one of the things I don't want to do and I procrastinate about. But if I do it, it'll help to
motivate you to get more whips done.
Motivate you to get more whips done, which will make more room to go get more yarn.
And you'll be making money to go get more yarn.
Yeah. And in that way, it makes doing the things I don't like as much exciting.
It does.
You know, it starts changing your mindset. You know, so much about Crojo is your mindset. You know, when you lose your Crojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much is about your mindset. So
right.
Yeah.
Attitude is everything.
Yeah, for sure. I see that on the classroom walls on posters. But it's true. Attitude is
older. You never get it until you're older. That your attitude when you start your day is everything.
It is. That's why people say make your bed when you get up in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that you need to have a made bed. I mean, because you're just going to mess it up at night anyway. It's that it's getting the ball rolling for the right mindset for that day.
I always make my bed.
I never make my bed.
It's funny. It's either always or never. I always do. I want to come home to that.
Actually, I do. It's not a neat make. I throw the cup anyway because I don't want the dogs get on the bed and I don't want them on my sheets and stuff. I'd rather on top of the blankets. But yeah.
I totally get it.
I used to.
It's interesting because my son is a total bed maker. Always makes his bed first thing in the morning, and I don't remember telling him to. So I guess he's just like his mama. I don't know. We both like our bed.
See it neat. There's something very satisfying in having a very neat bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But if it's messed up, then you can always still go take another nap in it.
Right? I nap on the couch. I don't like going into my bed to go nap only because then it becomes that's like bedtime. That's where I sleep through the night.
Yeah.
That's just for me though.
It's the only place I can get away from my kids other than my car.
I never nap. Oh my goodness. I'm just weird. I never nap. I don't like to nap.
Oh, it's not weird. My mom doesn't nap either. She goes. And but yeah, I love a good nap. I don't take them often, but I do love a good nap.
So number 7, not being specific enough.
Okay, this is being vague in your goals. Like coming in here and saying, I want to clean my yarn room.
Yeah.
I want to clean your yarn room.
Without
I want to clean out your yarn room.
I want to help you get rid of some of your yarn.
Oh,
It might end up in my car.
if you guys would come over and help me, I would give you some of my yarn.
We'll be right over. Kansas is
That's right. It's only a few hours.
But like, saying things, yeah, that's an obvious. I need to organize my yarn room. I need to start walking. I need to get my whips done. Way too vague. And once again, it goes back to little steps at a time. You've got, and that's where also where Melanie was saying about being the architect of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking off those big tasks into smaller things that you can accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically, and making it more realistic in your own head, more doable.
Yeah.
And then number 8, you're selling motivation where you should be seeking habits. Oh, you're seeking motivation where you should be seeking habits.
Oh, okay. I was like, you're selling motivation. How do you do that?
Right.
Seeking motivation where you should be seeking habits. I learned this when I started working out regularly. And discipline is far more important than motivation. Was the one thing that I really took away from exercising every day, because there are going to be days when you just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
But that's where your discipline takes over.
Right.
You might not be motivated, but you've got to be disciplined. And so, yeah, I definitely agree with number 8.
Yeah. Habits. Once you build those habits into your day,
yeah,
it just becomes something that you do. And
I'm home.
Welcome.
That wasn't my dog.
That was my Willie. Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
How was driver's ed?
Good. I passed.
Yay!
Congratulations, Willie. My Willie is far less articulate, and he cannot drive a car. Yet. Not yet.
But he might. He might.
I don't know. It's going to be hard with 3 legs.
Yeah.
All right.
The habits, it's like one of those things, like getting up, making your bed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a day of habits where these are just the things you do, it's kind of like the structure of your house. You've got parameters to work in. What you choose to fill in those times, in the parameters of all the habits that you have, are like the things that you fill your house with or whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining it that well.
Well, and what's interesting is that that reminds me of a saying, something that I saw on Facebook the other day. It went through a whole list of things, but for example, one of them was, saving money is hard, but so is being broke. Choose your hard. And that's choose what you fill up in your time and your habits. Did we lose you, Ginger? There you are.
Just for a sec.
Okay.
It gave me just enough time to tell Willie that everybody's saying congratulations.
Yeah, I was just going to say, everybody's congratulating Willie.
Well, because a lot of people that are in the chat right now started out the day with Willie driving to driver's ed this morning.
That's true.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, those habits.
Yeah.
Habits are important.
So in conclusion, Ginger, from your list of 8, do you have a conclusive statement or?
Yeah, I would say that
sorry, still learning the technology, guys.
that before you can walk a mile, you've got to make one step, and it's all basically in a daily step. Just day after day, walking and doing it and making it doable things. So anything worth it is worth
doing right.
doing right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything worth doing is worth doing right.
Oh my gosh. Like everything our parents said, right?
Right.
Right.
So a good segue, I think, would be, to get your Crojo back, one of the things you can do is try something new.
Or join a challenge or both.
Yeah. And so the challenge this month was to try something new. So as promised, I did put pictures of our challenge entries up. I don't have everybody's names or anything like that because I didn't want to intrude on people's privacy, but I did want to put their photos up. So here's some pretty ones.
I love the braided work that and that square. It's gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty? The cable work, yeah.
Yeah, the cable.
And this was the first time using faux fur, I believe.
I love it in the cowl. That has got to be so cozy.
It's got to be really soft.
And soft.
Ooh.
This person started trying knitting.
So, and that's that Blooms, the Blooms yarn that I got so excited about. in the other chat, whenever I started talking real fast, because this is the one I was thinking about, the Premier Bloom.
That is so pretty.
Flowers.
I am so sorry about my dog, you guys.
You're okay.
I love this one.
Oh, that's
It was the first time making a beret.
That is
with the chick, with the beret.
Oh, Willie, honest to God. Make it stop.
Aww. Now, is
Here's
this
another first time knitted hat.
Ooh,
That's nice. I love it.
love it.
Ooh,
Does
that's
that blue
pretty.
sparkly yarn look familiar?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think this one was first continuous join or first crochet join. Crochet join, I think, for granny squares.
It's like
That was pretty good.
snowflakes. That is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? And the sparkle on it.
Oh, that would be good with that big twist sparkle.
I think it is big twist sparkle.
Awesome.
It looks like it.
Look at that hat. Is that? Oh, that's so pretty.
Pretty cables.
That is beautiful. 2021.
What?
Is that the first time, like putting like a word or something into?
I think so. I think so.
With
Oh,
the time putting in
Very nice.
2021 into a project, right?
Yeah. So here's the hat.
Ooh, is that the first? I know somebody had the first time they did a top-down hat.
It might have been, and I'm pretty sure they were using chunky yarn. So it might have been the first time using chunky yarn. I can't remember. We've had so many entries. I love this little guy. He's so cute. I think that's actually our second, either reindeer or moose. There's another one there. And hey, look, another beret.
I love it.
It's Linda's beret.
I was gonna say, is that Linda?
That is Linda. There's the other one. Isn't he cute?
Oh, he's so cute.
So some people start in amigurumi, and there's another first time knitting. And I love this one. This person did not use any pattern, just made it up as she went along. And I said, sounds like your first should be writing patterns because she did amazing, right?
Be
That
their first pattern then. That's beautiful.
To just be messing around with yarn and come up with that, I was impressed.
Yes, I agree.
So that is the end of our slideshow today.
Yay!
And if you would like to join the challenges, you can join from Instagram or Facebook group. So, yay!
Yep.
Now I've got to figure out how to get this thing off the screen.
You can turn it off on. Oh yeah, you got to go back to that screen. You got it. You got it.
Do I? Okay. I'm like, do I? I'm not sure.
Do I really?
I think I do. Oh wow! I can see you guys again. I can see the screen again.
Now we can see
everybody. Yeah.
They were just waiting.
Have you guys ever lost your Crojo? Have you?
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Have you ever lost your Crojo?
Yeah. I'll get totally overwhelmed.
When I lost my Crojo was when I was doing the Etsy store, like I mentioned before, and I stopped.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I stopped doing crochet for, I think it's somewhere between 5 and 10 years. I can't remember. It all runs together.
Oh,
Yeah. But it was over 5 years, less than 10. Put it that way.
Wow.
oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So that was majorly losing my Crojo. And then that's when I decided that I do have an Etsy shop, but that's when I decided that I will not be doing any more custom stuff. Whatever I make just gets thrown up on the Etsy shop and it will or will not sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the blue hat was Lori's first time using a chunky yarn. Okay, I thought it was chunky yarn, but I could not remember.
I love using chunky yarn for hats, but I make them in a different way. I don't do the top down.
Here's our faces, Bev.
I like hats either way. Top down, bottom up.
We don't make a lot of hats, but
I prefer either making them in the drawstring, making
and gathering it at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then top down. Bottom up, I'm not as big a fan of, only because I feel like when I close it, I end up with all these huge gaps, and I don't like that as much.
Hey, Willie. Yeah. When you make, huh?
Even this sweater that would not dye pattern, which is ready for testing, by the way, isn't my first pattern.
Oh, so the sweater that would not dye was one that you were making. It wasn't a pattern you were following. That's awesome because it's a beautiful
It's a great sweater. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's really nice. I love the cables in it.
And David, I will not volunteer to test that. I'm so sorry.
Hi, Granny D.
Hi, Granny D. I just I don't do clothing that much. So.
Oh, so Linda says that was my first foray in using chunky yarn too. I love using DK and 4-ply yarn. XX, hi Granny D, XXX. Nice.
Yeah, your beret looked beautiful, Linda.
Yeah, she did a nice job.
Mm-hmm.
Janine says, I live in Canada, so hats are a big part of my sales. I bet.
Now, who was it this morning that said that they had made like a crazy amount in the last month? I don't remember who it was, but just from sales, from crochet sales.
Oh, they talked how much? Was it in what live was it? The one that you were in with Kim, or was it Mel's?
Kim, because I don't remember it with me.
Okay, then it was with Kim. But I was like, oh my gosh, that's one of my super goals. Because it was like, wow.
That is amazing. And the one thing with you selling on Etsy and stuff, most people who go to Etsy appreciate the time and effort that it puts into making things. And they're not looking for the cheap stuff. So when you go to sell it at the local flea market or whatever, they're looking to buy it cheap.
Right.
Yeah.
Deneen, or David thinks it might have been Deneen. Was it you, Deneen, who makes the hats? She says that hats are a big part of her sales. So I'm guessing he's probably right. It's probably Deneen. Sherry says so too.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It was, but I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong.
Oh, it might have been Deneen with her pocket shells. Yes, Anita is saying that because remember, she's the one that made 45 pockets. She's on her 45th pocket shawl.
That's right.
Man, that's so much work. I hope she's well compensated.
She is. From what she said, she is.
Yes, but she's probably gonna be so sick and tired of pocket shawls by the time this is all said and done.
For sure.
Pocket shawls.
She's not even gonna make herself one. She's like, I don't even want one. I don't want one.
I don't even want one.
Oh, my husband said he wants a pocket shawl, a man pocket shawl.
How can we change the name pocket shawl to reflect the masculinity?
Kind of like man purse, so it's man pocket.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like what did they do on Seinfeld when it was the brosier or the bro?
Oh, yes.
Oh, the man's ear.
Yeah.
He just said call it a man shawl.
Man shawl? A mall. We'll call it the mall. The pocket mall.
I love it.
There you go.
Oh, Granny D. That was nice.
Linda says she wears her beret when she goes for a walk.
Ooh.
I actually talked to Linda yesterday, and she's the sweetest lady. We did a video chat, guys, and I geek out so much with the technology that allows me to talk to this woman in England, like in real time, and we can see each other.
Mhm.
Just baffles my mind. It really does.
And, you know, it's so, given this time with COVID and everything, the fact that we have all of that at our fingertips is such a blessing. Because if this had happened, well, and they did have where people went into quarantine with, what was it, polio or something about 50 years ago, and they didn't have this. So isolation was a whole new thing back then versus what it is now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, nice. I'm so glad.
Yes,
So,
exactly. Like you said, geeking out over technology and what we have available to us.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is we're the children of like the you know, most of, I think we were born in what, the late 60s to 70s. So we are the kids without kids. So we've had it all. So we went from 8 tracks to iPods. So we have had this, we've run this gambit. We've seen it all ways. So I like you, Julie. I think it's fascinating. We don't take it for granted because we knew what it was like. Rotary dial our phone.
My in-laws still have theirs.
Oh, do they? Oh my God.
They still have a rotary dial. They don't use it much. It's upstairs in one of the bedrooms, but they still have it. But yeah, my husband and I talk once in a while about how we went to a concert when we were like 19 or 20, and we're like, how did we get tickets for that concert? Like, how did we even know there was going to be a concert in Philadelphia? You know, without the internet, like I don't even remember how we did all that. Yeah, Ticketmaster is how we got the tickets, but how did we even know to buy them?
You looked because you obsessed over bands because you didn't have all this other stuff to obsess over. You obsessed over bands, so you like figured it out. I guess we didn't have the internet, so how did we know?
I know. It's hard to remember what it was.
The radio, because the radio.
That's true. There were commercials for that stuff.
On the commercials would say you can get it at the mall and this store or whatever.
And that's true. The mall was another place where you could find things out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a comment that I wanted to pull up just because I think a lot of people find this frustrating. I did a craft fair and people walking by seeing my blankets said they looked great, but wouldn't spend $300. They could get one from Wally World. And they just don't appreciate the time and effort that goes into it.
Right.
Well, and the fact that how much the yarn truly costs to make a full-size blanket, how much yarn really costs.
Yeah. And just time, even if it wasn't a tricky pattern and you enjoyed doing it, it's still your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I probably, I don't know. I don't know if I would try to sell a blanket. That's because people don't understand that. A hat, you can get away with your time and effort. You can charge 25 to 30, and those at craft fairs and stuff like that are willing to spend that much. But like you said, 300 versus 30, people don't want to part with that. They just don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like you get into things like
we lost you. Okay, Kitty. Yeah, we lost her. You see
we're having some technical issues with the fur babies in our houses, Mel.
There's Ginger. She's back.
I'm back. I think. Okay, yeah.
This is a name I haven't seen before. Freeze Babies Fiber Frolic. Hi, welcome to our chat.
I love that name.
That's a great name. That was a name that I would totally have remembered. So I was like, I don't recognize that name.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Yarn Hookers.
Bev, I totally agree. Even at $300, that's not enough for your time. Yeah.
Yep. Because it takes so long to make a blanket.
Oh, I know.
I will sell baby blankets. I'll sell baby blankets because those take a lot less time and a lot less yarn. But that baby blankets or what you put on top of you
mean like a throw?
Not a throw. It's a small baby blanket. You put it on top.
Oh, the stroller.
Yes, the stroller. You put it on top. Stroller blanket.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Little snuggie, a little snuggle
6 o'clock.
thing that you put the babies in. Like I'm talking with my hands. I'm sorry. You put the baby inside it because that's how it goes.
Little baby.
little baby.
Not what I'd be demonstrating here.
Oh, Sherry K says that was for a king size blanket, and that should be way more than $300. That should be like $800 or more.
Yeah. Oh, for king size, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Jamie the Naughty Canuck says, I love my 1960s red rotary wall phone. There's nothing like slamming into the cradle to hang it up when you're mad.
Now you have this cell phone, you get mad, and you're like, and it
I know, you can only tap that touch screen so hard and get out.
Or you
so
throw
much.
it and you break it.
yeah, exactly. And then it's really expensive.
But the rotary one, almost it even makes a little like bell echoey sound when you
Yeah. Just a satisfying.
Yeah. Get 'em. It's probably the phone company that you're hanging up on.
One time, okay, this is a funny story. I was really mad at my boyfriend, like super mad. And it wasn't a rotary phone that hangs on the wall, but it was one of the flat kind, that like this, but still a chunk. And I got off the phone with him, and I just threw the phone across the room, and it went, and it stabbed right into the what's it called? The sheetrock, the wall.
Yeah.
in the wall.
And see, now these days I would have taken.
That might have been an overreaction.
Hey, for a teenage girl, that's a normal reaction.
Yeah. My dad was like, "You're going to have to fix that."
And that was the summer that Ginger learned how to fix sheetrock.
Ginger learned how to fix it.
You miss Teresa saying, "I miss getting wrapped up in the phone cord." Yes, ma'am. Right?
Knocking over
and then buying. So like now we buy phone, the cords to connect your computer to your modem. We buy those long, but even now it's mostly wireless. But if you play games, you'll understand where I'm coming from. You want to connect in.
There's a comment. I'm sorry.
You would get the big phone cords. I mean, you would like look for the longest phone cord you could find.
Yes, I can remember. We only had one phone in our house, and it was downstairs. And I can remember stretching that phone cord all the way up the stairs into my room so I could close the door to talk on the phone to my boyfriend.
Yeah. Otherwise, you have to stand here like with your head against the wall like this.
Yes.
And then they came out with cordless with that big old long antenna.
Yeah, the antennas. And you thought you were so cool because you could go outside with your cordless phone.
And you sound all staticky, but you were still cool because I'm outside.
That's right.
And everybody can see me.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I thought was cool was like back in the 90s when they came out with it was still the payphone, but you could drive up to the payphone and
I remember that
in the car on the phone.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I never got that. But I grew up in a small town, so maybe that's why I never saw that. You know,
I gotcha.
I don't even remember if we had payphones, and we probably did it somewhere in the town, but not very many.
I think it's like those like stands with like a phone on them. Like I've seen them in like.
No, that's a phone booth, honey.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm 16. I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
So cute.
Shut up.
So Michelle says, when my kids were grounded from the phone, I used to take the cord and leave the phone so they could hear it ring but not answer it.
Oh, smart. That's like taking away all the chargers when kids are grounded.
I was just going to say that. I've heard that the best way, instead of getting rid of the technology device, you just get rid of the charger. So they gradually watch the charge go down and down, knowing end is in sight.
you can't do that because they're on iPads for school, and they can still. I can still have to take their iPad and charge it for them, and where the secret chargers are.
I've seen kids like make Google Docs and like invite their friends from school and like talk to them that way.
Oh, I think I just found out how my child's talking with her friends.
I think so.
Oh no, I've just seen that. I haven't tried it.
All the trouble I could have gotten into if we would have had this technology back then.
Right? I would have been in so much trouble.
I was well behaved at all times.
Liar.
I was really, really boring.
You did. You. I'm sure you broke the rules every once in a while.
Nope. I was always good.
Liar. That's all
My parents might disagree.
I believe that Julie was always good.
I was.
I think she's probably.
When I wasn't.
But I think she probably broke a rule or two.
And you know the thing
Maybe one or two.
Major.
The thing that makes me believe it is that picture, Julie, of you and your grandma. You just look like somebody that would never get in trouble.
I really didn't get in trouble much, but I had 3 older brothers that set a very good example for what not to do.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And I can remember my sisters, we would all say, why do they keep doing stupid stuff? Like, why don't they learn? Linda says she was a bookworm, but preferred to stay at home and read rather than hang out as I was bullied in school. Oh, that's not very nice. I'm sorry, Linda.
Middle school, I got a little bit bullied in, but I was oblivious because they were doing it behind my back, and oblivion can sometimes be a good thing. But yeah, it was only middle school though, so I'm fortunate in that. Yeah.
And if anybody ever tried to bully me, I'm pretty sure I was oblivious to it.
Yeah. I don't think I would have been oblivious, but maybe.
I was so oblivious. I only know that I was bullied because after the fact, somebody told me, "Oh, you were the one that they used to make fun of how you walked," and they would walk into you, and I was like, "Oh, I was pigeon-toed." So that's why.
I'm a little pigeon-toed too.
I was whenever I was little, but my mom got me some corrective shoes, and then
fixed you right up.
My mom went to military doctors, and they were like, it'll fix itself.
They were probably right.
Not quite, but, close enough. Hey, it built character, right?
That's right.
Yeah, bullying is not fun.
No, it is not.
People in the comments are talking about being bullied. And
yeah.
No, let's get on to happier things. So what's something happy we could talk about?
Rainbow.
I don't want to belittle anybody's story or anything like that. I just, sometimes whenever you bring up something, it starts to become
spiral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got one. I wrote my first pattern this morning. I got up at 4.
Congrats.
Thank you. I got up at 4:00 in the morning to work on it so I could have it done before Kim.
Yeah.
Before you're
live with Kim. So
is early morning like your time to? Oh, we lost her again. When she comes back,
she's back.
I'm back.
Is early morning like your good time?
Oh yes,
it is mine too.
I'm an early morning person.
Yeah. Nope, not me.
Neither's my husband or two of my boys. 2 of my boys are. 2 of my boys aren't.
Sometimes I wish I were early morning because then I would get up and go out and do a little walk or something. Well, I'd walk up and down my driveway, but because part of my driveway is like 30 degrees and that's just too much for me.
Oh, yikes.
But sometimes I wish I was, but I just know it about me. And I have been for many, many years that I do better in the late afternoon to evening.
Right.
Yeah. And for me, it's the opposite. For me, in the evening, I'm ready to just stare into space and watch a sitcom. And
when I get really tired, I get cranky. In the morning, I can jump straight out of bed and be like,
No, that's me.
man, nighttime comes, I'll even yell at people. I just get cranky.
What time do you get up on days when you don't have to get up? Like today,
That's
I didn't have to get up, and I was up at 5:30.
Yep.
And I was like, sweet, I've got lots of time to do stuff.
That's
I
right.
get up at 8:30 usually. Sometimes if I need to sleep in, it's 10, but usually it's 8:30.
Well, you still get up early.
Relatively early, but it takes me a while to be functioning, like truly functioning.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Sherry just found a mistake on her blanket and has to frog a row and a half.
Oh no! At least
That's
it's only 1 row and a half. But how big is your blanket that you're making? Because if it's a twin size blanket, that's a lot different from a king size blanket.
I'm curious about this one. Maybe Pat could elaborate. What's a yarny feud at Kitty Mom Crochet?
I want to know about that. Kitty Mom Crochet Yarny Feud.
What's a yarny feud?
Yes. What is that?
Is that like Family Feud?
Tell us.
Wouldn't that be fun? To play
show?
a
That's
Family Feud yarn style. We could get another channel with like 3 people on it, and
That would be so much fun. Oh, somebody just asked if my pattern was released yet.
Oh.
So yeah, I think you're getting it tested, right?
Granny D, yeah, it's not released yet.
I'm gonna test it.
Julie's going to test it, and I think Kim's going to test it too.
Awesome. I'll take a look at it. I think I'll test it because it's a quick one, right?
Yeah, it looks like
it's that little stocking, and I'm going to test Kim's little stocking.
And you're going to test Julie.
And I'm going to test Julie's.
I've got a couple for you to test. Yeah.
I may end up testing yours, Julie, but I'm not going to commit to it just yet because I got to finish my little project one thing. Yeah.
It's okay. I understand. And then pretty soon Ginger's going to have another one to test.
Yay! That is so pretty. I love it. It matches your scarf.
Oh, I just picked this up and I started pulling out the yarn, which is I should always put a stitch marker in, but I forgot. Yeah, I'm making another one just to check my own work, and it's going to match the scarf.
I love it. Well, the one that you have on matches the scarf too because the flower.
The flower does.
Yeah.
The flower does. Yeah. But this one is gray and this one is black.
I gotcha. Yeah. I love that sparkly.
I do too. I'm such a sucker for it. If it sparkles, it needs to be in my house.
Yeah.
Right? I love it. Adds excitement.
With glitter or sparkle.
That's my favorite color, glitter.
That's right.
Glitter.
All right, it gets hot.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting next to the fireplace, and it's not even on, but I'm still hot. It's just like
I feel you there, Julie.
You can make it where it's just the light, so it looks like there's a fire, but no heat comes out.
Yeah.
It's just messing with my head, I guess. It makes me feel hot.
It's like turning your TV on to the fireplace channel.
Yeah, it will heat, but
oh.
If you choose to.
Granny D says she's gonna crank out some headbands on her little Addie.
I
want to try one of those. I think they look really cool.
Yeah.
Crystal from Bag a Day actually did a comparison between the cheaper version and then the Addie. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching it. I've heard that it's not worth buying anything other than the Addie, but I would love to see her comparison.
I've heard that too. Yeah. So I have some people asking about the blanket behind me.
That is amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's just a color pooling granny stripe blanket. I never did find a pattern for it. I actually saw a picture that someone had put on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an Instagram post, and I saw it, and I just took a snapshot or a screenshot of that picture, and I just blew it up, like kept making it as big as I could, so I could kind of figure out how many rows they did. And I just kind of figured it out. So there's no pattern to it. Sorry.
Well, that's amazing.
Yes, I agree. And that's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks absolutely perfect.
Yeah, color pulling's pretty fun. I like it.
I haven't done that
You
yet.
have to be okay with frogging back
Oh,
and going forward and frogging back and going forward, just because you've got to get your tension just right.
Oh, got you. I don't know that would probably drive me insane. Like that. I'm a boring crocheter. I haven't done Tunisian. Hey, I did pick up some Tunisian hooks off of
Oh, I've got to start a Tunisian thing, don't I? That was my thing to try new.
you know what? There's a really cool, and I need to share this. I got to find the link, but a Tunisian crochet along that is like Tunisian squares, where each one's a different stitch, a different Tunisian stitch. So you get to learn all the different stitches.
Where is that, Ginger?
It's one of my friends on Instagram.
I'd love to try that. Did you hear that, Mel?
It's part of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I did hear what you were saying, and I want to know who that is, and I want to check that out because I am interested. So I picked up these just from Amazon, and they're the cheaper kind. So just to see if I like it, and then if I like it, then I'll buy better ones.
Yeah. I have just like the long hook. Well, I have a couple with like the cable, but I wouldn't want to make anything bigger than I'd need for just the long Afghan hook, I think they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a really neat one. It's a double hook. It has a hook on both ends, kind of like
I've seen those.
Yeah, and that I'm going to try to make a Tunisian hat. I want to make a Tunisian hat in the round with one of those.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Dee says, I've tried to get the color pool to pool like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it the way I wanted it. Yeah.
Yeah, I always end up using a color pooling yarn for something else. How you did that is just beyond.
It's really not as hard as it looks.
You say
like I figured out that I needed to do 8 clusters for each color. So if I wasn't getting 8 clusters with the color, like if I was only getting 7 or if I was getting 9, then I'd have to pull it out and then just, figure out the tension. But after a while, you just get a feel for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. The hard part was I couldn't find the yarn.
I remember you had to, because I remember when you were making that, they discontinued the yarn in the middle of you trying to finish it up, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I originally found 3 skeins because I knew I wanted to do it. As soon as I saw that picture, I was like, that was like inspiration. I had to try it. And so I started it and I had 3 skeins and I was like, okay, it's working. I've got it. I'll go get more yarn. I couldn't find it. I went to like 5 different stores trying to find it. And then I just said, all right, I'm going to have to order it on eBay because I don't think they're bringing it into Joann's anymore. So.
Well, I was coming out with this, but it wasn't. They're coming out with this yarn. I actually meant to show this on my show this morning, but this yarn right here. So this colorways that I needed, the cobblestone, colorways that I needed, they're no longer selling them, and I needed at least 2 more for a blanket project that I'm making for my husband, and I ended up having to spend way too much money. So for these 3 skeins of yarn. But to finish a project, and I've never made him specifically something, so it's worth it. It's my hubby.
Yeah.
But it came with like this little drawstring bag.
Oh, nice.
So for this and that little drawstring bag, I could only find them on Amazon, $21. I originally bought these for like $2 a piece when I originally bought them. But I had to do what I had to do to find the colors and to make sure I had them available for my husband's blanket. So
yeah. Well, that's how I ended up with that. Like I ended up having to pay more than I would have normally paid, but I wanted to finish it. So
exactly.
Teresa says Ron Strong on YouTube did one of those Tunisian square kills last year. I did it. It was pretty fun. It's in a playlist on his channel. So that's a good option too. Maybe I'll check that out. And Granny D is asking what kind of yarn I used. That was red heart stripes and the primary colorway. It's like the only yarn that I have memorized because I had to go search for it.
I love
I typed it into eBay so many times.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry. I needed 4 different colors. So this one was moss, and then there was the purple. And those were I think those are the 2 I couldn't find. So I also had it in gray and blue, and those 2 are still available, but the moss and the purple were not. So yeah, but I have everything I need now. Really, Cat? Really? The cat's doing something and he just fell down. It was not a graceful thing. There was a box on top of our trash can, and he was trying to get inside it, and then it fell off the trash can. So
Nice.
now he's inside the box. So
Bobby Allison says, someday I will learn to look at all the supplies required before I start a project.
Right?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And if I had known that I wasn't going to be able to get that yarn again, and also I had no idea how much I was going to need, and yeah.
Well, and I didn't realize my husband was actually going to like it. It's one of my kitties in the row blanket, and I was just going to make a throw out of it, which I had enough to make a throw. But no, he wants it to, when he covers up in bed, he likes it to go over his head. So I needed to make it actually longer, like a twin long.
Yeah.
We don't share blankets because it caused too many fights. So, and also he covers up differently than I do. So he likes thermal blankets and I like super soft blankets. So
yeah,
this cobblestone ended up, when I got finished, it feels very thermal. So anyway, but yeah, that's, I agree. It's good to know before how much you need.
Yeah.
And buy it ahead of time, right? And
right.
The worst thing is if you find out your attention's different from, it's also good to gauge.
Right? Gauge.
Good to gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Although my problem,
I love this. Star says, I check the requirements before I start a project. Then I modify it and play a lot of yarn chicken.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've played some yarn chicken. It's an exciting game.
it is an exciting game. And then when you win, the best. I must be hardcore because my bun's getting all like crazy.
It's getting all wonky.
It is getting all wonky.
It's a Cinnabon.
I love it. My buns always do.
Yeah, Ginger's got the one video where her bun's got like sticking out all over it. It's so funny. You're like, what is going on? Well, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Nothing that can be done.
Oh, let's see here. I'm looking through our comments.
Oh, that's so true, Judy.
Oh, Judy. Yeah, what Judy put there, that's a good one to highlight.
I've got to find it.
It's close to the bottom. Oh,
Yeah.
but it's moving up now. Do the
Oh,
follow.
there it is. I was looking for Judy and I should have been looking for crochet. That's another problem with pulling out whips from years ago. If you find in completing them you need more yarn, it's discontinued.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Absolutely.
Or the colors, yep. Definitely the colorways are discontinued.
Yeah.
Especially on the fancier yarns. Because they tend to go through those colorways a lot more quickly than your basic staple yarns, like worsted weight. But yeah,
I've noticed that a lot at Hobby Lobby too. That they'll like a lot of the colors, new colors they had this year were completely different than.
What kind of yarns? Like the Yarn Bee yarns, or because I've noticed I love cotton. Those stay. I haven't seen where those have really changed yet.
Oh gosh. Well, they came out with some new. If I had all my Yarn Bee stuff right here, I would be able to tell you.
Okay, so it is probably more of the Yarn Bee, and they get a lot more experimental with like the yarn stuff.
Yeah.
And so I love this stuff. I think that I love this stuff is their basic yarns, so they don't play too much with the colors on there.
Yeah.
Bev is asking if you could repeat the Tunisian crochet cal information.
I need to let me see if I can find that on Instagram right now.
Okay.
No, I remember who told me about it, and I'm sure that I can find her post. Whoop.
And also, Bev, one of the comments up above mentioned, was it Mikey? I can't remember. Ron Strong. It was Ron Strong has one as well. Ron Strong on YouTube.
Before I pass this, I wanted to show you guys something. Somebody is coming out with a mosaic sock pattern.
What?
Oh, wow.
Michelle, you might want to take note of this.
Oh, and Julie, not Jules, but the other Julie, she was saying she wants to learn mosaic, which Ginger's the queen of mosaic, at least in my mind.
She's the yarn hooker queen of it at any rate.
Yeah.
I'll tell you two people that you've got to watch for any learning mosaic crochet. Tina, all you've got to do in the YouTube search is type in TINNA mosaic crochet. And
and is it Fiberfox?
Fiberfox Studios. Courtney is her name.
Yep.
Both of those ladies have awesome beginning mosaic crochet tutorials.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now let me find.
Sherry, thank you for telling me that. Thank you so much. If I do find that I need either one of those, I will definitely let you know. Thank you. And that's the exact two, moss and violet. That's a green and purple. Yep.
Or, excuse me, Lori says, if you lose Yarn Chicken, you still win because then you get to shop for more yarn.
Okay.
That's it.
I found that it's called the Tunisian Blanket Crochet Along 2021. And
it's a new one then.
Yeah, it's called, it's featuring free Tunisian crochet square patterns from 24 designers.
Ooh.
And let me see what else I can tell you about it. It's by the Knitter Knotter. Whoever's on Instagram, and you know what I'll do on the Yarn Hookers and on the Yarn Hookers Facebook group, I will go in and put the information for this Tunisian Blanket Crochet Along 2021, because this would be a great way to learn a whole bunch of new stitches, make a blanket, learn Tunisian crochet.
Yeah.
I mean, you just really can't go wrong with this whole situation here.
I'm excited about that. I wish there was one for mosaic, like mosaic blocks. That'd be kind of neat too. It probably is, right?
Yeah, not blocks, but different patterns, because in the mosaic, you go, you make the blanket this way. So like this chunk would be one pattern.
Right.
This chunk would be a different pattern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
But I mean, I suppose you could do them separately and then stitch them together.
Yeah.
But
is that what you're talking about?
The Knitter Knotter?
Yeah.
I think so. Let me check real quick.
It's
Julie Woolly Knits. I'm just going to answer her question. The other one we talked about was Fiberfox Studios. Her name is Courtney at Fiberfox Studios.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both amazing.
Tina and Courtney. Gotcha.
Yep, that's the Knitter Knotter.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Ellison, I keep trying to use my stash to get it whittled down. So then having to buy more blows that theory.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. True enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think I tried to whittle mine down too much. It's just so pretty.
You are very, very good at keeping a good level on your stash.
My stash.
Yeah. To me, it seems like it. Like I get out of control. I thought I was good until I realized that I got this pile over there of bag stuff that I have nowhere to put it, and it's like, not. It's in Ziploc bags because I put everything in Ziploc bags because of animals. But
Right.
my so yeah, that's out of control. It's like really high. Anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know,
For me, my problem is I won't give up on any of it. So like if I'm left with just, a few yards or whatever, I keep it. I don't throw it out. I keep it for like scrappy blankets and stuff.
mhm.
Yeah.
And that's where I tend to get like out of control. I've got like this big box of cakes that are just ends, odds and ends. And
Well,
I got rid of some of them with my Hexagon blanket, but
yeah. You've gone
I've
through
still got a lot more.
How's your Hexagon blanket going? I haven't
It's
seen
just about done. I've got some purple that I'm going to add to it, and then it's just going to be done because it's too big for me to work on in the car.
Oh, I love all the colors that you're using.
Yeah, it kind of turned out rainbowy.
Yeah,
So.
very pretty. Ooh, Lori said
Yeah. Time to start a new one. Sorry.
that is actually something that we talked about. So Lori says the 4 of you each designed 3 squares this year. So that is something that we talked about, and we discarded the idea. And the reason why we discarded it is because of time constraints. But it is something that we are considering for next year. But that is a very good idea. It is something that we definitely talked about to have a yarn hookers crochet along.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the idea.
Yeah.
We just right now we have a lot of new stuff going on with the yarn hookers that we're super excited about, and we didn't want to have anything be half-assed, I guess.
Like we.
I don't know a nice way to say.
That's
true.
way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want everything to be good. We don't want it to be junky.
Rushed through.
Oh, did y'all want to mention what I put up this week, or do you guys want to wait a little bit on that?
No, hang on 1 second. I just want to say hello to my sister. Hi, Jen. I'm good at balancing. You're sweet. If you saw me doing yoga in the morning, you'd
Nice. You should make a video, Julie.
Well, it's only impressive if you can do it with a goat. I'm sorry.
I don't have a goat. Is it impressive if I do it with a 3-legged Labrador Retriever?
That's true too.
That's impressive.
Barks at the wrong times.
Okay, so what are you talking about, Mel?
Well, I mean, do you guys want me to bring that up, or do you want to wait for another week or so?
I don't know I can't remember what it was.
Was it something like this?
Yes.
Oh,
Can you share the screen and show that? Do you want to do that? So I can.
I don't know how to do that.
You share this just like you did with the other one with the.
No, but I don't know where it is.
Oh.
it's exciting. Oh, now everybody's in suspense.
Yeah, they're in suspense. Hang on. I'm going to send it to you, okay?
You're going to send it to me, and can you just put it in the Google Drive?
Put
it in the shared Google folder, and I can get it from there.
Yeah, I can do that if you want. Hang on.
Because that's where I would end up putting it anyway. So.
Well, it's a link, so it's just a link that you're going to go to. But let me go here. And
sorry, guys, this was not planned, but we're going to go with it anyway.
All right, and then
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll on the yarn hookers. David's making chili.
Ooh.
You guys like chili?
You're not that far away, David.
Mel's gonna come over and grab some chili.
That sounds yummy.
Now, do you put the beans in the kidney beans in your chili?
I don't like kidney beans. I like pinto beans in mine.
My mom always made it with kidney beans, and I hated it, mostly because I hated the beans.
Oh, they're kind of beany.
I I don't like beans.
I love every single kind of bean except for lima beans.
Oh.
Oh, lima beans are awful.
Julie says, oh my God, merch. I'm having trouble typing that. Oh, at first she said mercy, bloody autocorrect. I wonder what she was talking about.
Oh, right. So I just saved it. It's a document called Link. So it's in the folder.
Okay, I'll try to find it. Talk amongst yourselves. It could take me a minute.
I want to tell you that this crochet along, the Tunisian crochet along, started on January 6th, which is just 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new square launched every 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And those will be free patterns for the squares.
That's cool.
Yeah. Each square needs about 130 yards of worsted weight yarn. The hook is an 8mm Tunisian crochet hook.
8mm. Huh.
Yeah, so it's like an H.
Oh yeah. I never go with the
I do millimeters, but that seems
I
big.
do millimeters. Yeah, so
So that sounds big, but is it maybe
no, it's not an H. It's an L.
H is a 5, isn't it?
Yeah, H is a 5. It's an L.
Yeah, it's a big hook because normally with the worsted weight you use 5 or 5.5 millimeters.
Yeah.
So that's a big hook for worsted weight, unless they're double straining it, and then that makes more sense. But even if they're not, maybe it's a loose because it's Tunisian. They're doing it loosely.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to find out. I've got to go. I've got to go start it tonight.
I'll probably go and check it out. But I know for me, I couldn't even finish Jada's 1 square a day last year. So
I did it wrong. Still working at it.
That's okay. We're still talking. Yeah.
Keep talking.
Penny says that Kitty Mom is Penny, but Penny says 8mm is about an L hook.
I know. I just totally messed it all up.
That's okay.
I'm a fluff head. Oh, Bobby says she loves limas. Oh, lima beans.
There we go.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that, guys.
We've got merch.
We've got some merch.
Yep, and that's on Etsy. We're Yarn Hooker's store on Etsy.
Yay!
Probably I'll start to include that in our description boxes come in the next week or so. But yep, that's something that right now we don't have any wearables. It's really mainly coffee cups and bags and stuff like that. But if you're interested in a certain kind of merch, just shoot us a message and let us know. Just let us know.
I'm loving the mugs.
Oh, I know.
I'm loving the stickers. I'm loving the
I
bags.
love the bags. I need some more whip bags.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can post that link, you guys. I'm going to get in the chat in here for the...
good idea.
I could post a link for the merch and for the Tunisian crochet along.
Well, I can probably post the link. I've got it up.
Ooh, yeah.
Good idea.
Good idea. Okay, that was...
I'm good at posting links. There it is.
There it is.
Julie Wooly Knit says, I guessed correct. That deserves a pat on the back. This is Julie on the back.
Yay!
So just kind of patting you on the back, Julie.
I love it.
Bobby Ellison is working on an Afghan that's a block a day too.
That's cool.
It's really a challenging one, so that's cool. And Ingrid says, woohoo, or wow. I guess it's wow. Yarn Hookers Etsy store. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Now we have that in a different way, like when we get the blog up and running, but for now that I figured you guys were asking about it last week, so we wanted to keep y'all happy, so we went ahead and put it up on Etsy, and then that way you guys have it available to you before the vlog is up and active.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks, Star.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judy. We're excited about it.
Very.
Thanks for posting that, Ginger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I have to see if we can click it and get to the, I don't know.
Oh, you want me to pull that up?
Is it a clickable link?
Well, I can pull it up. I'll just cut and paste it.
Oh, okay. I tried to click it on the thing here and I can't. It's like not going there.
Oh, maybe I can.
Oh, is Ginger a moderator?
She is.
Okay, so it should be clickable.
I can't click it.
Well,
You know what? It's probably clickable on YouTube.
okay. Well, that's what it is. Oh, it is clickable on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Jody. How are you?
Oh, Jody's here. And Ambicraft says, would anyone like some granny squares? I'll be making more before I send any out.
So what's
Just sending out random granny squares? I don't understand. Person said, hi, Bev. I said hi earlier on, but I don't think anyone noticed. I've been lurking ever since.
Oh, hi, Ingrid.
Oh, hi, Ingrid. Lurking is fine. I like to lurk sometimes too.
Yeah, that's
Use the pressure off.
That gave me an idea, you guys, for our Facebook group. A granny square swap. That would be awesome.
Now, how does that work? You have to tell me. It sounds intriguing. I like it already.
I gotta flesh it out, but basically, people get paired up, and they each month, and then you swap granny squares. So by the end of the month, you have 12 granny squares from people within the community, and but yeah,
that's neat.
I would do that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
How about you guys? You guys out there in Chatland?
Yeah, because
I have the idea of a granny square swap. We have to be all the same size.
Yeah, we would
the
have
same yarn type,
like certain rows. Now, the only thing that we'll run into is everybody has different tension. But if you tell people, okay, use this millimeter hook, this type of yarn, and do this many rows.
Yeah, or as long as your square measures 4x4 or 6x6.
That's true. Some people may not do a granny square. They may do like some sort of other.
Just a block of some kind. Yeah, I like the mitered granny squares. So I saw someone did mitered ones the other day, and I was like, oh, I liked doing those. I haven't done a mitered square in a long time.
What's a mitered square?
It's where the main square, like the center square, is actually in the corner, and then you build.
Oh. Yeah, neat. I've never done one of those, but it looks like
they're kind of fun. Michelle says, I'm lurking and holding the new baby.
Little baby.
Yeah. I love new babies.
Me too.
And there's my Kiwi. She's lurking too.
Hi, Kiwi.
Hi, Kiwi.
The power went out. Oh, goodness. Oh, PowerPoint. I thought.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't think she said the power went out.
You can tell where my head went. Star loves the idea of a granny square swap. Please sign me up. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep you posted on that. We've got a lot going on with the Facebook, so that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Would any granny squares have been making more? Oh, I already did that. I already did that comment, I think. Or maybe I didn't.
Oh, that's cool. So
she just has a lot of them. Oh, okay.
Oh, got you. Bev is saying that she did something like that. I'm assuming you're talking about the granny square swap with her aunt and sister, and we all made squares and then swapped them. So we each, and I lost it. Hang on. So we each ended up with a blanket all three of us had worked on.
That is so cool.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I love that. And then we could have a show where we show pictures of everybody's finished.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you, this is what the three of us do all the time. It'll be like 7:00 in the morning, and I'll be like, hey guys, what do you think of blah, blah, blah? And then someone else will go, oh, or we could do blah, 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 blah. And then someone will chime in, oh, this would be cool too. And then this is what happens. And this
I know.
is where we have so much that we want to do. It's awesome. It's so cool.
I know. It's like we've got enough stuff to do for 20 years. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. What is our yarn hookers forever?
Forever.
Forever.
So Kiwi says, yes, I've done one where we had to make them 4" by 4". Yeah.
And also sending just one granny square overseas. So this could still be an international thing. But of course, I think I'm thinking of the rules. This is how it goes, you guys. So sign up. People would have to say if they're willing to do international, because it would be a little bit more, but it wouldn't be that much more because you could send it in just one envelope.
An envelope, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyway, okay. That was my brain working. Y'all witnessed that.
Ingrid says, times like this, as so many other times, I so wish I stayed near you guys to participate in something like this granny square swap now. One of the downsides staying on this side of the pond. Well, that's what we're saying, Ingrid. I think Ingrid is in South Africa.
Okay.
So maybe postage would be too much for her.
Well, yeah, because that would be a lot.
She'd be sending out a lot.
But
like we would just send one thing. Or you have to send everything out.
That's a very, very good point. So versus me getting 1 to 3 people international, she would be getting more. So that's a good point.
Maybe we could have her. Maybe we could have people participate by using charts. Exchange the charts and have them make them themselves.
Or we can see who's interested, and if we get like 2 or 3 people in one area, then it would be them.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Like Ursula and Ingrid are both in South Africa, so maybe they could.
And I believe there's a few
up with each other.
Yeah,
that's an idea too.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, we're toying with it, you guys. We're figuring it out.
Yeah, we'll get something figured out because I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, Kitty Mom says friendship blankets. Is that what they're called?
Oh, well, if it's not, then that is what it is now.
That is a perfect name for it.
A friendship blanket.
This sounds like a great project for Granny D to spearhead because she's Granny D.
Oh,
Granny Squares.
Right?
it would be perfect. Oh, I like that, what Ingrid just said.
Ursula and myself are trying our patoots off to get more South Africans involved in yarn community and do things amongst ourselves as well. Cannot understand why our yarny guys are so slow. Well, be patient with them. Be patient.
Yep. I have seen a few others say they're from South Africa, like when they make comments on my videos and stuff. So I always get amazed at where people come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I can imagine.
Oh, we lost Ginger again.
Uh-oh.
Lori says, I just ate a fortune cookie. The fortune said, pack your bags. You're bound for an exciting destination to the Far East. Interesting.
Ooh, you actually got a fortune and not some sort of Confucius says type of deal in your fortune cookie?
Well, what's interesting is I wonder where she lives because maybe Far East could be Long Island.
Right?
I have to leave the country right now. So.
Or go to the yarn market in Turkey. What was that? Linda was it Linda?
Linda, yeah. She was talking. Actually, I was talking to Linda just yesterday about Turkey.
Oh, that would be so amazing.
Oh, Brenda, you're never late. You're always on time, and we're happy.
Right on time, Brenda.
Right.
Yeah. Kitty Mom says, Did you already read this one? I'm sorry. I found the crocheters mostly through Crochet World, when they used to have pen pal section.
Oh, oh, excuse me. Okay.
That's pretty cool
I
too.
didn't know Crochet World had that. I didn't see that in my magazine that I got.
You know what? You know what I should do, or what we should do on Instagram is put a call out for South African crocheters and see if we can find some more to hook up with.
Ingrid and Ursula.
Yeah, I
That's
should
true.
yeah, I'll do that.
If you post it, I shall share it.
That sounds good. You know, I should be writing down all of these things that I'm going to post.
We always say that, don't we? And when we have our little idea-thons that we have sometimes, we should be writing this down.
Well, you know, it's funny because we get these ideas a lot, and we put them in our Instagram chat.
I know.
A continuous thread, and I've gotten to the point where now I snap a picture. I do like a screenshot and I save it, because otherwise we can never find it again.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing it all down in my Evernote.
Oh, with the elephant?
Yes.
It's so cute. I think we're gonna do this for about 9 more minutes, guys. We're getting close on to 2 hours. Does that sound good?
Ooh, Kiwi says New Zealand crocheters too. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Linda's saying also UK crocheters too, please.
That's right.
UK.
Maybe we can make some connections there.
Just put a call out saying, okay, if you're not in the US and you crochet, let me know where you're from.
Where are you from? We're gonna hook you up with some other hookers.
That's right.
That's right.
Awesome. Michelle says, hello, ladies. I made it to your live. Hey, Michelle. Happy you made it. We've got about 9 more minutes that we're going to go for. So happy you made it for some of it.
Yay.
Jody's in Canada. She says, I know Kate and Jamie the Canuck. Yeah, there's a lot of Canadian crocheters, right?
And I know a lot. Yeah, a ton of Canadian crocheters on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, on YouTube too, but because it's cold up there.
Yeah. You crochet for longer than us North Carolinians. Actually, we crochet all year long. Who am I kidding?
Sometimes you make bodysuits that are too big.
That fit really weird.
I should have a giveaway for the bodysuit.
Yeah, I think you should.
Funny, Ginger.
There'd be so many entries.
Oh my gosh.
Ambi says, do you remember when I told y'all about Crochetville? They do a granny square swap and make friendship blankets. So
Oh, cool. Okay. And
Now-
yeah, that's a group on Ravelry, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so they do agree. Okay, yay. So it's not an original idea. Gosh darn it.
darn it.
It was being
But
brilliant.
it's a good idea, original or not.
No, I figured it probably wasn't original, actually, to be honest with you, because people have been making granny squares for many, many years.
Yeah, I actually had on my Facebook group, I did a little history of the granny square, because I do square Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I just put up a picture of a square that I find on Pinterest that I think is really cool, and
Oh,
I keep waiting for other people to put their squares up, but I haven't seen any yet.
They will.
I know.
Eventually.
It's okay.
You guys, I have gotten through quite a few squares while we've been talking.
Nice. I don't know how you guys do it. You both can crochet and watch the chat, and I can't do it. Even when it's not on my channel, I have a hard time with that.
I can only do it on things that I don't have to count.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Else I lose total track of it. Like right now, I had some yarn out and I was working on your scarf, but I have to pay attention to that. So I started a different scarf.
I tell you what, though, this is a very simple pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is. And I love doing the bobbles at the end.
Yeah. I love baubles. And one of my favorite scarves has baubles on it.
Cool.
So I can
Yeah,
tell.
I think that I saw that, and that's where I was like, oh, I love the idea of baubles at the end. And then I was like, I'm snagging that idea.
Fringe. So much better than fringe.
Yes. And probably has much more staying. Like it doesn't get look as messy after so many washes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys need to read this one.
They-
I should tell you, the day after your Stress Buster podcast, I had the worst case of anxiety ever, LOL. But I dealt with it with some hints from you guys. But
Yay.
totally the day after. So I'm so glad. How heartwarming is that to know that we were able to help? I'm glad you're feeling better, Jody.
I am too.
Too.
I am too. That's tough.
Yeah.
Here's a question for Ginger. Do you know any other crocheters in the Wichita area?
I don't, but I can see if I can find out.
Another call out.
Oh, here's another heartwarming one. I just love our yarn hookers and our yarn family. Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies and everyone, for being so warm, welcoming, and making one feel a part of something.
Aw, it's
I
our
think we all feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ingrid, I feel exactly the same way.
Yep. It's amazing, amazing little yarny family that we have. They get bigger by the day.
I know.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh no.
So what's the plans for next week?
Ooh, next
Oh,
week.
I gotta look at that.
Hey, can you throw that away?
Well, I think that Mel and I, just giving the interruptions of our evening tonight with our fur balls,
Yeah.
that could be a little hint of what's coming next week, right?
Yes, that's right. So Ginger, since you're hosting, what are we doing next week?
Pets.
Pets. We're gonna shave them bald,
Right.
and we're gonna use their fur to make yarn and crochet it.
Yep. All my pets gonna get shaved. All the blankets.
Unless we had sheep, that would not be happening.
Yeah. Well, a sheep dog.
That's true.
Although I still feel like it would smell.
I don't have a sheepdog.
Yeah, me either.
So yeah, anyway, next week our theme is pets. So
I'm thinking I want to make a pets dog sweater to send to my dog. Actually, I've got 4 grand dog tours.
Dog turds? That's funny.
dog tours.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like you're saying dog turds.
Oh,
I know. That's what I thought she said too. I was like, what?
Yeah.
okay. Well, you guys know what I mean.
Yes.
That's amazing, Linda. You have spun. Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I will say I did see I want to say Barnes and Noble, I saw a book and it was all crafts you can do with cat hair.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I saw. You know what? I saw a video. My granddaughter was watching a YouTube video by a girl who did a review on that book and was actually making some things out of her kitty fur.
Yeah, that's cool. Although I don't know if I could do that. I'm not saying I couldn't. Never say never, right?
Right.
This is
Never. Ambi says it would be cool to have a blanket where each square cent was that person's favorite color. That would be cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
I like that idea too. So many great ideas.
And you end up with like this monochromatic blanket because nobody's going to use the same exact. Say your favorite color is blue. You get all squares of blue. It's not all of them are going to be the same exact blue. Some of them may end up being that way, but for the most part, you're going to have different shades of blue, which will be very cool. It'd be a very monochromatic blanket.
that'd be really neat.
That would be really cool.
Yes. I love purple. Yeah.
My sister says Charlie would love a sweater. Okay.
Aww.
Charlie has a lot of long fur. This is my sister's dog.
Charlie does not need
And
it.
he also lives in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh.
So
Poor Charlie. We're not making that little dog sweaters.
I don't think Charlie would love a sweater, Jen. Maybe he'd like a bandana.
There we go.
My son's friend, whose name is Charlie, is here right now.
That's
Oh,
funny.
that's so funny. And I have Willie and you have Willie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister and I joke because I have Willie and she has Charlie. So it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Willy
Yes,
Wonka.
and Willy Wonka. Yes.
I've got Willy Wonka and I've got Charlie Bucket. Or no, opposite. Scratch that, reverse it. Isn't that what he does in the movie?
I've never
So why are we doing pet stuff next week? Isn't there like a thing going on that's why did we choose pet stuff for next week? What's up?
Oh,
I
was it
forgot.
National Pet Day?
Yeah.
I have to look at the date. There was a reason. I think
I
it was
didn't answer
National.
before I asked it, but yeah, it's National Pet Day. I think that Saturday?
That
or
week.
around? Yeah.
It's at some point in that week.
National
But
Pet.
that was why we chose pet stuff to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to cover not just pet supplies, but maybe things you can make for donations to
Yes.
humane societies and that sort of thing. So all pet stuff.
Pet sweaters, pet toys,
Yeah.
pet bed.
Cat toys are fun, especially for the amigurumi people.
Yes. I need to make
Oh,
cat toys so they stop trying to play with my yarn while I'm creating stuff. It'll never happen. You know, they see that little yarn jerk, as you pull, they can't help it.
yeah. Ingrid says pet fur for crochet or knitting. That should be very interesting. I don't want to mislead you, Ingrid. I think we were kidding about that.
Yeah, we're not going to crochet with their fur.
We're really going to do that. Maybe collect fur at the groomers to spin into wool. Oh, my hat. LOL. Love it. Love it.
And I bet you that there are people that collect the fur just so people can spin fur stuff. In fact, I feel like I watched something like that.
Yeah.
Wonder if anybody's ever done it out of human hair.
I
They
imagine.
used to. They used to make jewelry back like in the 1860s, I want to say, like
Yeah.
Civil War time. They did. They used to like make jewelry with hair. They'd
Yeah.
like make like lacy things.
Like a little keepsake.
Yeah.
Memento.
Yeah.
Great idea. Instead of just having like a lock of hair, you actually make something with your
Yeah, they made stuff with them.
Well,
Google
have
it.
you seen those little
Fascinating.
horsehair baskets
I haven't seen those.
that are made out of, they're real, like little tiny, and they're made out of actual horse hair, like the tail or the mane.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess they're really strong.
I am running in your face.
I'm gonna make this our last comment because it happens to me every time. My hair gets crocheted into every project I do.
Oh,
Every project has a little bit of pet hair and a lot of my hair.
Yeah.
As much as I put them in my project bags and try and keep them away, there's hair all over my house. So, which is another reason why I tend to not sell my stuff unless I know that I can make it within a couple of hours and put it in a bag right away.
right.
Yeah.
Projects always have a.
Oh, and Bev says, Ginger, I have a piece of yarn jewelry from a family member.
That is so cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
I love
All
it.
right, guys, are you ready to say goodbye?
I am. Let me put my stuffs down.
I'm ready to go eat some dinner. I'm hungry.
Me too. And go to the bathroom.
There you go.
So thank you, everybody, for coming on over. I appreciate it. We all appreciate seeing you. And yeah, check out the link to the Etsy store. That's so exciting for all of us. And next week, we're going to be down at Ginger's channel.
Gingers.
Going to be at the Yarn Geek. So we'll see you next week, same time. Same bat channel. No, not different bat channel. Oh, and Willie says goodbye.
Bye, Willie.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Mwah. Have an amazing day, night, weekend.